Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Corrado. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm outside today and I'm doing some gardening. I'm going to show you where I've been working and what I've been up to. So I planted some seeds today because I had some milkweed seeds that someone gave me. You know, I love to attract caterpillars because I know what they turn into. And if you watched our other videos, you'd see those beautiful monarch butterflies. So milkweed will grow so that they'll lay their eggs on it. And I planted some in this little pot. I took out some of the top layer of dirt, put the seeds down, put some layer of dirt over the top of them again, and then I gave them some water, and I will take care of this to make sure that those seeds propagate or grow into pretty milkweed plants. Then I had something else that you might have remembered seeing at school, some of you. I have a seed pod that is quite unique. Remember this little hanging basket looking thing that I showed you that I've had? Now some of our boys and girls have seen this, maybe not all of you. I'm not sure what it is, but someone gave me this and it's got these really cool big leaves or flowers on it, and they said it was a vine. I'm going to plant that and see if that grows, because since we're down in southern Florida, we're pretty tropical. Let's see if it grows. I'd love for you to see it when it does get bigger and flowers. I'm excited about seeing that. So I already put that in a pot too. And then I got to thinking, I need to do something really neat that you will remember. And I brought home, when I went back up to the school one day to get some things, grab it out of here, I brought home our avocado seed. Now I took the toothpicks out of it and it broke apart, but that's okay, because inside, remember, we didn't see it growing its seed, its sprout from the top. We saw all these huge roots, but look inside, there's 3 little parts pointing up, ready to come out. Now I'm going to keep this together when I plant it, because this is the food for the seed, if you remember. So I'm going to hold it together. I'm going to put it in this pot that I got ready, and I'm going to dig down deep enough to give those roots some space and be able to cover it back up with some soil, pointing the top up and the roots down. That's real important. I'm going to cover it up, and I'm going to put it outside where it gets some sun, because sun is important for those sprouts. And that's also where the plant will get its energy. Remember that? I'm going to give it a good amount of water. And when dirt is in a pot, it's going to grow, it's going to actually dry out faster. So I'm going to watch that pot and notice when it needs water, because we're in dry season right now and it doesn't rain very much. And then I got to thinking, and I was looking around for some other things, and I said, you know, I'm going to make something called an ecosystem. Boys and girls, do you know what an ecosystem is? Think about that. Some of you might know. And let me give you a little bit of information on it. We are living in an ecosystem. And ecosystems can be as tiny as a small puddle of water that stays there and animals and little things can live in. There's a lot going on in an ecosystem. Or they can be as large as a desert. All right, some of you actually have heard the word habitat, and it's very closely related. A habitat is where something lives, but an ecosystem is important that every part of it needs its other parts to survive. So down to the smallest things, even things we cannot see like bacteria and things like decomposers that are down in the soil. Remember, producers and consumers, boys and girls? Some of my 5th graders should remember that, and my 4th graders. So let's make an ecosystem. I got a container, a large bottle of water someone had given me. I still left the label on it. But I ask your parents to help you with this part if you have something like this, or you can use a pot, you could use a box, you could use anything. And I cut the top part out, because I'm going to lay it outside my lanai. And I took that part out, and I'm just going to throw that away, or for now I could use it as a scooper if I needed to. I didn't want to get my hands dirty. Notice I wear my gloves. But I went around the yard looking for some things to make an ecosystem. Now, could I find little animals to put in there? No, nothing that I could see. But maybe if I put it out, maybe a lizard or a snail or something else might crawl in there and help out the rest of the parts of the ecosystem in this container. So we've got dirt, which has little pieces of plant life in it. It's got little pieces of bark and, stuff from the ground. A little bit of bagged soil in there. It has little tiny white things to help keep it moist when it'll hold water longer than the dirt will. So I found some plants. One of them looks like it's gonna sprout seeds. Now people might call this a weed. I found it in the grass, but it looks like it's gonna flower. This one is a store-bought flower that I bought years ago, and the seeds traveled. I didn't plant this where I found it. So remember, third graders, how seeds travel? And even some of my second graders might know that, and my older boys and girls. I dug it up with enough roots, and I'm going to put that in the first. I'm going to put that in the middle. I'm going to go down deep enough, get those roots covered up good with some dirt. I'm going to put some rocks I found outside. Got some brown and some white rocks. They might even look like pieces of concrete, but that's okay. Those might keep the soil down so it doesn't go away. I even found a shell. I think I'll put that in last because I have some sticks. There might be some animal life that wants to go in there and actually live on the stick or climb on it. I even have some milkweed leaves left over from the butterfly cage that we had. They're dried up and no butterfly caterpillars are going to eat those anymore. I'm going to put some of those in there. Just a lot of stuff. That'll help. Those will break down in there even like we've talked about. I'm going to put the shell in. Maybe something will live under it. And I even found a pine cone. Partial pine cone. You know, things live in these too. This is a great little habitat for things. I think I can put that right on the side. Maybe it'll hook on there. Yep. Just so it's popped on the top. Maybe something will want to sit up high on top. We have this water here. I'm going to put some water in there. And it's important for us to know that all living things need that water. They need the sun. They need nutrition and air. So I am going to make sure I watch it once I put it outside. There is our ecosystem. Might have more life in it than a puddle might be, but then again, we don't know because some of that stuff we don't see. Down in the description underneath the video, I want you to look and maybe click on the link. I found a really good story. If we were together, I would read it to you, but someone else is going to read it to you online. And the book is called The Salamander Room. Salamander is a small animal that likes to be where it's wet. You can learn more about salamanders when you read the book, or listen to it, I should say. So that it's about a boy who finds a salamander and he wants to make his own ecosystem, but he brings it in his bedroom. I want you to hear the story and see, can you really do that? Can we keep an ecosystem for a salamander in our bedroom? So it was fun talking to everyone. I'm glad you're all doing well, and I hope you continue to do well. And we will see you next time. Love you all. Bye.